Good morning. Here we are. Yeah. Awesome. It is. Have an awesome day. Hey now. Everybody's here for the big show. Oh, everybody loves to be here.
Hey now.
Come on, everybody. The American.
Hey now.
American dream.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Hey now.
I thought this was going to be a big hit song, I'll be honest with you. When I was in the studio, I said, this is a hit song.
You felt it.
I felt it. I really did. Robin, if you don't mind, I'd like to impose upon you. Maybe you could sing a little of this and we'll see what happens. Here she goes. What that sound is, Robin tuning up, doing her vocal exercise. And when she feels it, you'll see. She'll get into it. See? Thank you. Oh, is that good? She adds things that other people don't think of. That's why I collaborate with her. All right. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting. We're on the radio and people are listening. What's better than that? Just read the newspaper preparing for the big show. I'm not a sports fan, so I was reading about Eli Manning, who played for the Giants, and the big headline was that they disgraced him. They made him embarrassed because the Giants haven't been playing so well, and they benched him, and Eli deserves better because he got 2 Super Bowl rings and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I heard one news guy this morning just go off.
Yeah, and I was reading it, and I went, you know what? Welcome to the fucking real world. I'm in radio. They boot your ass. They don't care how many years you were number one.
They bench you all the time.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to reality. One day you're on, the next day David Lee Roth's filling you. Oh, come on. What's the matter with you? It's the way it works. But I understand the other point of view. I listened to the Mike Francesa point of view, who was very offended. You know, after all, the Giants won with Eli. 2 Super Bowl rings, MVP. Is anyone reading the newspaper? This is the least important thing, but there's a certain classy way that you make these transitions when someone has played that well so that they're not humiliated. But you know what? Like I said, the reality is, especially in radio, my point of view, the management doesn't give a fuck what you've done for them. It's what can you do for me today?
Well, don't you think, though, you have... and management and radio is very guilty of this, not thinking about the audience, the fan.
Right, yeah. Well, nobody's thinking about anything other than holding on to their own job. So that's how that works. So, you know, it's hard for me to get worked up and have empathy. I feel bad for Eli, I guess, you know, the guy is being treated kind of shitty.
Well, he was very emotional. When, you know, of course, the reporters run up with their microphones right after he gets the news. And they say, well, how does this feel? Oh, it feels great.
Feels good. I suck. Well, the point is that they're blaming the team's problems on Eli when it's really not Eli so much as, you know, the team effort, the coaching and all that. I get it.
Well, they did say they will be evaluating other positions.
Yeah, right. They're gonna do an overhaul of the whole team. You know, they're not doing well. But Mike Francesa went off on it. I said, is he still on the air? I thought he was retiring.
I don't think it's done yet.
Yeah, he's got 3 more weeks. Gary explained to me. I don't know. If I was Eli, I'd be like, you know what? I won 2 Super Bowls. Fuck it. I don't need to get my head bashed in for millions of dollars. Now I can sit on the sidelines.
I can still talk.
Yeah. I might not at 50 have trouble remembering my address and how to tie my shoes. You know what I mean? Get out, dude. You want my advice?
That's right. Stop taking those hits.
Yeah, like kind of try to enjoy your life. Learn to paint. Take up something peaceful.
But that playing football must be so much fun because guys cry when they can't do it anymore.
A lot of guys have nothing going on. You know what I mean? And there is a certain camaraderie to sports that I missed out on, like, you know, with your bros and the
Your
teammates.
team, yeah.
Like the closest I get to do that over Thanksgiving, Beth's two brothers were with me, and they're big time jocks. Her oldest brother, played first division basketball. I think it was first division. You know, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But he was a really big deal basketball player in high school, and then got a free ride to college because he was so good. And her other brother played for Penn State, and he was a big deal. And like when I'm talking to those guys, I feel like I'm hanging out in the locker room a bit. And I could see the fun of that. Like they're really good guys and they're funny and, but it's just like locker room humor and it's just kind of fun. But so that aspect of the game's got to be great. You got your bros, you're in the war together. But I don't know, getting my head bashed in and all that shit. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm just reading an article that, young people playing football are having measurable, problems.
Probably Eli doesn't have it. Like, he looks like a guy who the only thing he's got going on is football. That's why he's probably crying, because if he had some other thing he really was passionate about, be like, the hell with it. But it is kind of an emotional thing too, because it indicates the passage of time. He's gotten older.
But not only that, they spend their whole lives doing this one thing.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
it really does leave you, what do I do now?
Yeah. I was thinking I would have joined the football team if I could have just done the locker room part. And not have
You don't want to play the game.
I want to play the game, and I also don't want to shower with other dudes. but everything else about the game appeals to me.
Well, you could have been like what are those guys?
Towel boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the team. I see that in high school, like the kid who's like, a douche.
He loves the sport, but
Yeah.
he can't play. He's not big enough or whatever. And so he just hangs around and hands you a towel.
I was a non-person in high school, meaning I wasn't even a dweeb. I wasn't good enough. I was just like non-person. I moved there in 10th grade to a white community, and no one noticed me, and I was just a douche. Not even a douche. Like I was just nothing.
Douche is too high?
I was a chair. I was a piece of furniture. And although one day I was at my locker and a guy came up because you want to join the football team. And I was like, what? I couldn't believe anyone was talking to me because I was a douche. And certainly not a impressive physical specimen. I was like a pencil thin with really long hair. Smoked excessive amounts of marijuana. I was out of shape. I'd never done anything athletic in my life. And I was like, a knee jerk. I went, no. I was scared. I wish maybe not football, but I wish I could have developed some sort of skills where I would have joined a team and then maybe had a girlfriend or
What team would you have joined?
maybe basketball with my height. But again, I was awful at the game. I was like tall. And everyone was like, do you play ball? And I go, what do you mean by ball? But maybe if my dad had played a few sports with me, I wouldn't have been so intimidated.
You keep blaming him.
Yeah, I do. I do blame him. We did nothing together. Like if I had a man in my life, maybe he would have said, hey, this is something you might want to try. Maybe I can help you with it. Because I think I would have actually been good at it if I had some sort of mentoring. But
it's hard to be good at those things.
yeah. But I mean, it might have been passable. You know what I mean? It might have been like,
You might have been on the team.
yeah. I might not have been beaten by Nils Lofgren, who's 5'2". Although Gary had mentoring and didn't help him. Look at him. He's a mess. Got big tits and a belly.
Yeah, his dad loved him.
Yeah.
Hung out with him all the time.
Yeah. Well, they only hung out with Gary because he didn't want to hang out with his wife.
Don't tell Gary.
I know Gary's whole life story. Gary knows it. Oh, man. Oh, Shevitz. Yeah, so Mike Francesca I always think it's funny when like grown-ass men get this worked up about like Eli Manning and stuff. It just doesn't seem all that important to me, but
That's the message you're going to allow this coach who is clearly in a desperate mode right now. He's got a game plan. We haven't seen a game plan all year from this guy. Since he's been the head coach, the Giants have
I couldn't possibly get this worked up about this.
never scored 30 points ever.
I think he's kidding.
And now
right?
you're going to tell me that you're...
Like if I got him alone in a room, he'd say, "Yeah,
That was all an act.
I get worked up for the retarded people in my audience
Yeah.
who have nothing going on."
This
plan
is
is
the
to go
job.
to Geno Smith. That's the game plan that's going to beat the Raiders this week?
Geno Smith?
You got to be kidding me.
What the fuck?
You can't run this clown out of town fast enough.
Shut up.
The worst thing that ever happened is Eli Manning had to be associated with you as head coach.
This guy can't be normal, Mike, right?
Well, this is how people get about their sport.
I never understood it. Yeah, good for him, though. At least he's got a passion.
With the career he's had here. Maybe on your way out, you can take a look at Eli's rings. That's the closest you're ever going to get to one, too.
Ooh, that was a
With
good one.
actions like this, you're going to try and tell us that Geno Smith is the answer?
Banging on the
with this-
desk.
This is how worked up I get when I hear the Khaleesi doesn't want to get naked anymore. What do you mean? She went to HBO. She was nobody. And now she doesn't want to show her breasts. Don't we talk to the Khaleesi's? I forgot that the Khaleesi's agent is
Millie Bobby Brown's agent.
How did I make that leap?
By the way, HBO is very desirous of working out this issue with the Khaleesi.
So did you work on a deal with them?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, she's a good girl, but she's a little full of herself, if I could be 100% honest.
You don't think she can pull this off, not being naked and remaining in the spotlight?
Well, I understand HBO's point of view. I had a meeting with, I don't mean to name drop, but these people are my people, Casey Bloys and Dick Pepler. We had a meeting, and you know Richard Plepler and Casey Bloys over at HBO. Sure, you're in show business. Everyone knows them.
Everybody knows everybody.
They're
yeah.
reasonable men. And they said to me, look, one of the attractions for us was this young lady's body. And I said, look, what I think I can do here, if I may, I'm going to talk to Amelia. That's the Khaleesi's real name.
Oh.
And I'm going to say to her, look, maybe 2-3 times a season, when you're flying around on that dragon, you let a titty pop out.
A nip slip.
No.
No.
Full titty.
Full titty?
Please, have a titty slip out of her outfit, her skimpy outfit. Well, they gave me the blank stare back. I went back to her. I said, do you think this is something I might propose? And she looks at me and says, maybe a titty, but certainly no vagina. I said, oh, I see. Okay, I'm sure I could sell that to Plepler. Bloys, a little more difficult. He wants vagina.
Well, I think that the whole...
Who am I talking to here?
A fan.
Oh, okay, sure. All right, I'll give you that. You're a fan. Honey, I don't sit and talk to fans.
Well, I just happen to overhear this, and somehow I'm on the line with you.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. So
but she's supposed to be free with her body.
Okay.
That's part of her
You're a
character.
fan. Why don't you remain a fan and listen to someone who's involved in show business? So I go back to this meeting again, second meeting now with Plepler and Bloys.
Yeah.
And Casey Bloys says, what's going to be here? We can't spend all day on this. And they proposed to me that maybe the dragon burns off her bra in the first episode. I go ahead, and the bra gets burned off, but her pants and panties stay on.
Well, that's kind of the precision that dragons don't seem to have.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. How do you burn off a chick's bra, but not her panties? So, I voiced this in the meeting, and look, Plepler looked like he wanted to kill himself. And Blois, he's a good man. He's trying, because he knows a girl's bra, if it burned off by a dragon, her panties are going to burn off too. Of course. And back then, who even wore panties? So, anyway, we got them to agree that we're gonna burn off the bra at the top of the season, and there's going to be one episode we save her bush for the series finale. You won't see any lips; you'll just see bush. So,
and the Khaleesi is okay with this?
Yeah, reluctantly, honestly. So we're going to save that bush for the series finale, and the one titty when the bra burns off for the beginning. And that's what you're going to be seeing.
Wait a minute. The whole bra burns off, but you only see one.
Yeah, they could shoot it that way.
Okay.
From the side, you'll see one titty.
And not even full on front, you're going to the side?
Well, you'll see the outline of her clit from the side real quick, though. You have to freeze frame to really get a good look.
You won't see it if you blink.
Yeah. So Blois and Plepler like that.
They're going to go with that?
Yeah, I mean, they're not thrilled. They'd rather have her naked almost every other episode, but that's what we got. And then next season after that, in the series opener, we're going to have one of those White Walkers yank off her panties.
Is there a next season after that?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. And the Khaleesi will, I can't give away plot points. I'll get in trouble here, but the White Walkers attack. They almost, they're dead zombies,
right?
But they pull off her panties. And one of them zombies is trying to have sex with her, you see?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I tell you, it's exhausting, One thing about representing a child like Millie Bobby Brown, there's no nudity issue.
You don't have to go through all this.
No, Jesus Christ. We had 3 meetings about how hard her nip should be when her bra comes off. That's how specific it gets, Should her nips be full like pencil erasers, or should they be soft?
What did they go with?
I'm not allowed to divulge that, but let me just say, you're going to see some very, very big nips. And, you get into these discussions as an agent, and I've been around this business a long time. I had another client, another issue with nudity, and we negotiated a very, very tasteful pussy shot in the middle of the film. You know what I mean.
With the actress.
Yeah, a very artistic, lips closed pussy shot with clit implied, you see?
Implied clit.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, you don't even know what goes on in show business. With this Khaleesi, in her first contract, we had to indicate that her pubic hair can't be longer than my pinky.
Oh.
Because they do want to see that outline. And if you remember the first season, take a look how clipped her pubes are. Okay?
Yeah, that wasn't natural. And back then, were they really shaving?
No, that's the issue. She just happened to have short hairs. Yeah, I tell you, I could write a book about this.
You better.
Yep.
Because I don't think a lot of people know how to do these kind of negotiations.
I'll tell you what, how big are your titties? You could be a titty double for the Khaleesi, I bet.
Oh, stop it.
What do you got?
Stop it. I am not an actress or a double.
We're looking for somebody to do a stand-in.
Well, wait a minute. What are we talking in terms of...
how thick are your nips?
Remuneration.
Remuneration? Quite a bit of money, honey.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Come over here and let me measure your pubes, and not in a Harvey Weinstein kind of way, but I mean,
this is all professional.
So I can go back to HBO and talk to them.
Can you see that complaint? He wanted to measure my pubes.
How are your labias?
Your labias? I have to step in here. This is a little much. How are your labias?
Can you take a picture and send it to me?
Let me photograph your labias and thick nipples.
Wow, this guy really gets worked up about the Giants, huh?
Oh,
Team
yeah.
that was the quarterback after
He's
what
still
we've watched
screaming.
this year.
Yeah.
You're playing guys who drop every ball in sight. You haven't disciplined a damn player all year, and you're going to blame this now on your quarterback at 2-9?
Yeah.
What a gutless move. Shame on all of you.
Mike, you're really worked up about
Okay.
It's another
You're gonna compare Khaleesi to Eli Manning? Are you out of your mind?
Well, you're just missing
Wait,
out.
what am I hearing
What
here?
is
Just
going
head to the
on?
store.
Okay.
Check it out online.
This is a guy that
Hey,
was
guys.
a franchise quarterback.
Wait a second. Hold on. What is going on? Was that the weirdest thing ever?
Need a new
Okay.
tablet? Get huge
It's
savings.
still
gonna compare
there.
It's Sour Shoes line. He was going to be Mike Francesa, and then, like, when I go to him,
There's a broadcast going on.
what the fuck is wrong with that guy? We're trying to work him into the show. He's always fucking up. Like, what?
Check out the Working
Okay.
Bamboo Slate and Bamboo Folio Smart.
Give me a
And
break.
save up to $50
And this guy doesn't have an offensive line.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
His concepts are off the wall. He's got a radio playing at the same time he's doing his Mike Francesa impression. Working with Sour Shoes is exhausting. I'll never give up, though. I'm convinced.
There's gold in there.
Yeah, I am convinced I can tame this fucking moron.
Good luck.
Listen to him. He's still doing it.
4-day round
And I tell Mike, that's a terrible job by the
Does he
organization.
not hear this?
I said to the guys, Sour Shoes is a talent. We can mold him. They go, no, he can't.
We've tried.
Yeah, we try. I go, no, you can. Have him call in, let him do his impressions. And then weird shit happens. He gets on the phone and he's got radio playing at the same time he's doing his impression.
But it sounds like a bleed through
Yeah.
instead of a background noise.
4 games, 5 games. This guy has had to come up with a game plan.
Visit NCO.com.
Okay,
Call your
how
phone.
about get a guy out there that can
And like he has no clue that I'm annoyed. Maybe the guys are right. I think we got to let him go like Eli Manning.
Got to bench him.
Got to bench him. Fuck.
Why does Eli have to sit there on the bench?
To humiliate him.
You want him to go, let him go.
Oh, fuck him. Let him sit there. That'd be good. They should do that in radio. Make us sit in the studio with whoever
While
replaces
our
us.
replacement does the show?
Yeah, when Sirius finally gets annoyed with us, one day it'll happen. And, you know, they're putting us out to pasture. They should make us sit there and watch the guy replacing us.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is kind of fucked up when you think about it. Like, at least in radio, they just push you out the door.
That's right.
No, give you that dignity. Let's see if Sour still has not realized, like he's just sucking it up.
underdogs. Came out and wins some Super Bowl, wins another one 4 years later, and this is how you treat them.
What makes him think that that's working?
I don't know. Is that an effect he thought would be good?
Like, I always go back and I go, guys, just to keep Sour reined in, tell him to do one impression at a time. Get him on the phone when it's relevant. If I'm talking about Mike Francesa, let him do Mike Francesa. Get it all lined up. Will, what's going on? Like, what is this? Like, how did this all go wrong? Maybe somebody could tell me. I think Will's in charge of working with Sour Shoes.
Is that right?
I don't know who is. Who's in charge of working with Sour Shoes back there? They're fired.
That's his guy?
Yeah. Are you working with him?
No, this is Sour on his own.
Oh, it is?
This is his own.
What do you think what's going on in his head? What's the bit?
I think he's on hold
Yeah.
with FAN right now.
Oh.
And he's hoping maybe that he can get on the air with them at the same time he's on the air with you.
Oh, let me see.
That's my thought.
What a fucking maniac.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
glad
crazy.
you figured that out.
Wait a second.
Security
Wait a
deposit.
second.
95 plus taxes, penalty fees, do it.
And then you got 5.
But what makes him think when he gets on the air with us that that's going to sound right?
It's going to sound terrible, but that's
He
how he
doesn't care.
operates. No, he runs by his,
Do you think we'll ever tame him to the
No.
point that we could? No.
We
Am
can
I a
give him
dreamer?
We can give him a premise, and maybe there's a 50% chance that he runs with it. But he could at any point go rogue and just do his own thing.
So, like, he decided to call in his Mike Francesa. That part was good.
Yes.
That was good thinking.
Right.
Right? That's the part I like. And then you put him on, and he's got FAN on in the background while we're talking to him.
Yeah.
But not even in the background. You can't even hear him. It's
No.
fucking fascinating how warped out he is.
Leaves you loaded.
And then you got,
Buell Avenue,
I think that is an excellent point. And this is now going on 2 years now with John Mara, the almighty China.
I don't get it. And who's he talking to?
I don't know. I don't even know if he knows you have him on the air. I mean, he's on hold.
He's on hold yelling at the commercials?
I
Holy mackerel, what a mind. Yeah.
I think he's doing this impression for whoever picks up first.
So he's just going to keep going until somebody picks up.
Right. Like, in other words, if he gets on FAN, then he could do Fritzessa, or we could do it here.
But he has no idea he's on with us.
He definitely does not listen. That is a big thing.
Yeah. Like, why not pick one show and then call that show and then go hang up and then call another show? That would make too much sense.
Again, that would be professional.
And look at the amount. That's why his parents went nuts for a while. That's why we didn't hear from him for like a year, because his phone bills are through the roof. Like, he gets up early in the morning and starts calling. But Mike Francesa is on in the afternoon, so he's trying to get on FAN now with who's on in the morning.
Isn't it Boomer and
Boomer?
Boomer's alone now.
Boomer and the other guy who went to
Carton is not there.
Carton's up on charges.
Yeah.
I saw Carton started a podcast. That's what guys do now. Nobody ever like ends their career. They just get a podcast. They go from making a lot of money to a free show where they're hoping to get a sponsor. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get Sauer really under control. And then if we get him under control, maybe he won't even be that funny.
I mean, there's a reason a guy that talented isn't working.
Right. That's why he lives with his parents.
Right.
Yeah. Let me see. Let's see what he's doing now.
And this is a guy, man, that's doing 2,000 yards and no different
overseeing the
you're going to walk it right out the door.
with the Giants.
I have a lot of confidence in Eli as a quarterback.
Listen, folks, this is...
So in other words, he's just doing this because this is what's going on in his mind. He's not doing it for anybody right now.
I don't think he ever does anything for anybody other
Jesus.
than him.
What the fuck happened to him? His parents are like normal people, right?
Well, of course, he has some issue.
Do you think he's on the spectrum?
I think definitely he's on the
Well,
spectrum.
there was always a rumor that he was hit with a baseball when he was a kid. Remember that
he
story?
was dropped on his head, I thought.
No, I think it was
No,
a
it was a
baseball
baseball.
game.
It was a
at a
baseball, and he has a
game,
steel
yeah.
plate in his head. That's the rumor. Like a Vietnam vet.
That's got to be true.
Makes sense.
Don't forget, it's 7:30.
Look at what he's got going
Yeah,
on.
his parents must be going mental. I know they've had it with him. That's why they made him get a job at a fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
At least he's out of the house sometime.
Yeah.
I think they just lock him in the attic. Like, he's a whole setup in the attic.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
Pretend he's
I
not
know. We
there.
tried to put a mic up there.
What happened?
And by the way, people, stop writing me notes about how, hey, you guys ought to hire Sour Shoes. Trust me, we tried years ago. It's impossible. Like, I'm talking about Mike Francesa. There he is, home run. On the phone. We're going to talk to Mike Francesa. He's going to do his thing. And next thing you know, Sauer's talking to the radio. Let me see if
Sauer decides he's going to be on 2 stations at once.
Fascinating.
States whatever the coach does.
If they do this.
And the coach has no and from his elbow. They couldn't run this crowd out of town fast enough.
Before the game.
Jace.
The young rookie quarterback. And who was your coach?
Let me just run this past you, Mike. You've got...
Well, he's
Oh, boy.
Hey, Sauer.
yeah, he's talking to the radio.
Yeah,
Hey, Sauer.
What?
You got to remember, this
It's like
is
a feral dog.
Yeah. No, this is the guy that we brought up here. We bring up here to tape stuff for us all the time. And recently he showed up with a duffel bag full of leaves, like leaves from his yard.
And what was his thought there?
Nobody knows. It's just a duffel bag full of leaves.
And you guys don't ask him why?
I think listen, why does he, I mean, when we first met him, he would be outside K-Rock, wearing rollerblades, playing a keyboard, wearing a baseball mitt on his right hand, and cooking pancakes on a skillet on the left.
Hey, Sauer.
Maybe he's like that Beach Boy. You remember when he wanted
Brian
to record
Wilson?
in a sandbox?
Yeah.
He wanted to record in the fall leaves.
Oh, yeah, like line the studio up with leaves?
Yes.
Like Brian Wilson?
Yes.
Because he is brilliant, I mean, but he's just so fucked up. Yeah, Bill. No Bill. Bill in New Hampshire.
Hello.
Oh, there you go.
Howard. Hey, sorry about that. Good morning. Love the show. Been listening for years. I got to tell you, Sour Shoes is great.
Yeah, we know.
Get rid of Bobo. Get rid of Jeff the drunk, and give Sour a little more time.
But you see what happened? We got him on the phone, and he's going to do Mike Francesa, and then he's talking to the radio and unavailable, sort of.
You have to have like zero expectations for him. It's just like whatever you get from him is a bonus.
Right, I know. It's just so frustrating to me because I feel he could be great. And I've sat him down and go, listen, can you kind of focus on what we need you to do? And
And what does he say?
He says yes.
I thought he would.
And then you can't get him to focus.
He doesn't understand what focusing is.
Right.
But he's so talented. But we've tried everything.
You're like where his parents were 10 years ago.
I know. I've now become his parent. Like Sarah once came up here. Sarah once came up here and dropped his pants and asked Sal to change his diaper, but in a serious way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the day we had him in the studio for the whole show?
Yeah.
And Lisa G came in to do something?
Oh, yeah, and he came in his pants.
Yes.
Because she stood next to him.
I think she rubbed his back, and that was it.
That was it. It was done. He never had physical contact with a woman like that.
I'm guessing 1 hour a week is definitely out of the question then.
Yeah, it's very hard to harness him, and let me see what he's doing.
I spoke to Jerry.
And 4 times they didn't even throw an offensive lineman who could Eric Flowers and DJ Fluker.
That was early.
Who couldn't even hold jockstrap. And then you get Cheetos.
And you realize maybe he's just warming up.
Warming up? He's about to burn out.
Oh, shit, I hung up on him. I meant to put it back on.
No.
Yeah, I meant to put it back on hold, but it's all right. It's enough.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
Will he know? How long will it take before he realizes?
Well.
Because he didn't even know he was on the air.
Sour Shoes, can you hear me?
Here's Sour calling Mike Francesa as Scott the engineer. And Mike Francesa goes nuts.
He has
their limit. Scott in New Jersey, what's up, Scott?
Mike, I don't mean to be a black cloud cast over your show, but it's not going to be the same without you. I'm going to be on Depressamy Street. I won't even bowl.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
I won't even bowl anymore. I'll try to go bowling.
Waiting for whatever was coming, so I knew something was coming. Alex in Manhattan, what's up, Alex? What's happening? Yes, go ahead.
He calls him every day. Here's Sour calling Mike Francesa as Jackie.
The same argument all the time. So now you don't want people to say nice things to me because I don't think Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. All right, jeez. Give me a break. Jack in Long Island, what's up, Jack?
Hey, Mike, it's good to talk to you as you're winding down your show.
Yep, what's up?
I was on the air years ago, and like you, I left to go punch up scripts. Now, would you ever consider being in the movies?
Come on now. Come on.
Punch up scripts. Mike Francesa sounds pretty depressed himself. Almost like Scott the engineer.
It's just fun. He's talking about, baseball, but he has no time for nonsense.
Nonsense, yeah. Right. What are the odds of Mike Francesa coming over here and working with Mad Dog and teaming them back up? I don't think Francesa likes Mad Dog. I mean,
I don't think they're that friendly.
Yeah. I think it's best they stay apart.
That'd be a big get for Sirius, though.
Yeah, but who cares? They're not going to bring in any subscribers with that. We need people who can bring in subscribers. Move the dial.
Like Oprah.
Yeah, well, she just took the money and ran. Oprah. She is losing weight, though. I'll give her that with that Weight Watchers deal.
Oh, it's funny. I was watching her Instagram over Thanksgiving, and every one of them was her cooking something, another meal.
You know what? She's like a heroin addict. I mean, they shouldn't have her anywhere near food. But she just can't stop with that food.
Nope.
She's consumed with it.
There's like 7 chefs in her kitchen.
Yeah, right. They she just let her eat already. Let her explode. You know what I mean? Let her turn into a 500-pound.
No, we can't let
Oprah.
Oprah explode. She's a national treasure.
So great. Struggling with that food and the food and the food. I'll give you the secret. You don't even have to go on Weight Watchers. Like I put on like a 5 or 6. I get a 5 or 6 pound swing. I allow myself. And I was up at the 6 pound mark where I was, over the vacation, I was eating a little too much, not exercising enough. So what I did was yesterday, I just cut back. You know what I had for dinner? A bagel and peanut butter. That was it.
Well, that's kind of fattening.
Is it? I don't know. But it was like enough. Like I just had, it wasn't a lot of calories. It wasn't like a crazy meal.
No, it's not 1,000 calories. It's not a Big Mac.
For lunch, I had to go out to a restaurant, which is rare for me.
Oh, how was your lunch you were complaining about?
It was fine. It was good. Nice meeting, but it was a meeting, a lunch meeting.
Right.
Which I usually hate because I like to wolf down my sandwich after the show.
You don't want to meet while you eat.
No, that's weird. Like, because you can't talk. It's shit flying out of your mouth. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, people ask you a question, you're eating. I don't get the whole concept of meeting and eating. I don't. You want to eat? Let's eat. You want to meet? Let's meet.
Don't mix them.
Don't mix it up. Yeah, I had a meeting about something the fans would really be excited about if I did, but I'm not going to. I mean, I don't know that I'd ever do it at this point in my life. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what it was.
Well, it's weird. By the time you get to this point in your life, and if you're successful, they offer you stuff that would be really cool. But then you go, fuck it. You know what I mean?
I could have used this 20 years ago.
Where were you 20 years ago when I needed this? Now I don't need it. You know? I just don't.
I don't know why you do any of it anymore, honestly.
Even this?
I mean, I love that you do it. I think you're amazing at it, but...
Yeah, right? Why shouldn't I just fucking go off and, like, do my thing, right?
Like an elephant?
Will's right.
What?
Go to the...
The graveyard.
Graveyard?
No, I don't want to go to the graveyard.
Hang until you die?
No, I just feel like I've been neurotically hustling my entire life.
But you're not hustling now.
Yeah, I am.
You do?
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know how much shit I do all day. Yeah.
If Netflix,
I protect you from that.
If Netflix said they would give you like almost like Seinfeld type money, and all you had to do was 15 one-hour interviews for the year, and you could do them all in 2 weeks, is that appealing to you?
No.
Why? Because you feel you need to be working more often?
Because I'm here.
No, he's saying you're not here.
Oh, I'm not here?
Right.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, but I'm not done. I'm here for 3 more years.
I'm saying after the 3 years.
And once I get my ass in this chair, I'm really happy doing it. It's just getting in here, and I take it so seriously. I was in bed last night at 6:00 because I wanted to be up for the show, and it's like I'm neurotic about it. I want to do a good job.
It gives you purpose. Is that how you feel about it?
No, I don't need purpose. I have purpose. You know, my purpose is complaining.
And you can do that without
I can do that
the
at
show.
home. Yeah, I don't need to do that.
Lucky
I
bastard.
can pretend.
But what are you
yeah.
going to do without Gary? That's so much of your complaint.
I know. I wouldn't mind waking up and not seeing Gary. Honestly. Let his wife look at him.
Howard, if you got seriously, if it were over and you got up every day and there was no place to be, would that bother you? Or you'd be fine?
No, I'd be fine. I really would. I enjoy.
Then why would you continue after the 3 years?
I don't know. I just keep coming back, and I don't know myself that well. I'm afraid to leave. Hey, did you see that picture of Gary? Who is it they superimposed Gary's face over in there?
Steve Harvey, I think.
Harvey.
Yeah, you look exactly like Steve Harvey.
Does. I thought.
Oh, wow.
It was frightening.
Did we put that up on howardstern.com?
No, but we can.
Jason, put this up. Go to howardstern.com. Jason's going to put up a picture of Gary's face over Steve Harvey. They're almost identical twins.
Wow, who would have thought that?
Wait till you see this.
They both have miles of teeth.
Yeah. Who the fuck would have noticed that? Some genius fan of ours figured that out. Way to go. Wow. Steve Harvey and right?
That makes sense now that I'm putting them together.
Wait till you see this picture.
Well, yeah, they both got very big teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of howardstern.com, before I go to break, you got to put up. So yesterday I had to go to a lunch, which I never agree to, but I did. And so I usually have my lunch, which is an egg wrap. It's this, wrap bread with egg in it. It's what I eat every day. It takes me, as soon as the show ends and Robin goes, and that's what's happening. What is your tagline?
And that's what's happening.
Yeah, she goes, and that's what's happening. Ronnie comes running in with this fucking bag.
Yeah.
He found some bag that holds the thing, makes it stay hot.
A thermal bag.
Thermal bag.
Yeah, it's my thermal bag.
It's a genius bag. It knows when something's hot and when something's cold. I don't know how it knows, but it keeps it that way. He hands me that sandwich like a wolf. I grab the sandwich, right? Will, you see it every day.
Doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, I open up that sandwich and
Well, the thing you're missing is the group of people who walk in to watch you do it.
yeah, I hate that.
I feel bad about
You know
that.
what it is? I eat my sandwich, and Will then asks me questions about like what worked on the show, what didn't work, what are we working on. And I'm trying to eat this fucking sandwich and talk at the same time. And all I want Will to do is talk so I can eat my sandwich. But this fucking guy, he's very quiet.
I don't like to bother you.
Yeah, but bother me. There's your chance to talk while I'm eating.
There's a lot of opinions around here. I try and
take
a backseat to that sometimes.
Let's see. The bag is from an ice cream shop called Big Gay Ice Cream.
Big Gay Ice Cream?
Yeah, and Ronnie covered up the logo with tape. Why did he do that? That's funny. Big Gay Ice Cream. Where did Ronnie get a Big Gay Ice Cream bag?
I think they came up here one day and they gave us free ice cream.
What is Big Gay Ice Cream? I never heard of that.
An ice cream shop or something?
Like, what a bad name for, considering the amount of homophobia there is in the world. Like that, like a lot of guys will avoid going to anything that's big and gay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like from a standpoint of just marketing, you want to get as many people into that store as
Uploaded by the World of Howard Stern channel.
that store as possible.
Right.
But these guys are like, fuck you. We're Big Gay Ice Cream.
We only want people who are gay friendly
Right, yeah.
in our ice cream
Come
store.
in and suck my dick.
Right. Hello, dudes, ice cream.
That's a fucking awesome statement. Big Gay Ice Cream. I'd go there, but I don't want anybody thinking I'm gay.
Well, that's the other thing. Are you gay if you go?
Yes. No, I don't know. I don't know anything about Big Gay Ice Cream. I had no idea. Like, as someone who lives in New York, I know nothing about what goes on in New York.
Howard, Ronnie's going to come in and explain why he tapes the bag up.
Okay. This is going to be good.
Yeah.
As we said, Ronnie brings in my food every day in a big bag. I didn't know it was from Big Gay Ice Cream.
Yeah.
What is Big Gay Ice Cream?
I have no idea. It's an ice cream place down in the village, I think.
Yeah.
And so the kid goes out to get your sandwich.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of crazy people on the street.
Right.
And he's walking around carrying a bag that says Big Gay Ice Cream. You might get his head bashed.
Yeah, right. You're right.
I'm serious. I'm not kidding.
All right. So now you're thinking.
So I taped it up.
Right.
That's so funny. I thought it was for TV or something.
No.
Why don't we just get a thermal bag that's a lot smaller,
Yeah,
too?
why are you getting a freebie?
No.
You can buy one.
It was here.
But I'm saying maybe...
This fucking sandwich was getting cold every day. What the hell's your problem?
No.
I tried to do the right thing.
No, you did the right thing.
No, she's crazy.
Stop. No, she's not. Listen to me. I have to... You know how I talk to Sour Shoes? That's
you
how I talk to
talk
Ron.
him down, yeah.
Ron, what I'm saying is, first of all, the Big Gay Ice Cream bag is huge.
Yeah.
It's only for one little sandwich.
But it's kind of good because you wrap it up in it.
Yeah.
And it stays really warm.
Yeah,
hot, actually.
But maybe if we got a smaller bag, the kid wouldn't have to carry a big giant bag.
All right.
I'm
okay.
He's brokenhearted.
I'm saying you had a good idea. Maybe we improve on it.
I thought the thermal bag was good.
It is good.
You can get a thermal bag that doesn't have writing on it.
Big Gay.
Shut up, Robin. Shut up, Robin. You fuck. You set him off for some reason. When you hear Robin,
your trap shot.
You can hear her voice. There's a knife.
She gets to you.
There's a knife in her voice.
See, this is ridiculous. There's
The
no
knife
such
comes
thing
out.
as a knife in my voice.
That's what Charles Manson says right before he goes after someone.
It cuts you as she talks.
No, but I understand why you taped it. You're smart.
Yeah.
That's like wrapping my egg sandwich in a rainbow flag. Like you don't want the kid to get beaten up.
Yeah, because you never know with crazy people on the street, or
That's ballsy, naming an ice cream place Big Gay Ice Cream place.
So
good for them.
That's why I taped it.
Maybe that's how the world changes. Someone's got to take a chance.
Yeah, people have to put it out there.
That's fine. That's fine with me. But I was worried about the kid getting his ass kicked in.
You're thinking. Hey, I'm going to tape this. So what'd you use, like electrical tape?
Yeah, black electrical tape.
That must be one fucking bag.
It's like if Ronnie got a new shirt and it was too big, he just cut the sleeves off instead of just buying a new shirt that fit.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
If he got like a little bag, like we got enough in the budget to get a little sandwich bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. It's
yeah, I got you.
I taped it.
And he doesn't understand the concept of
goes.
thermal. Because
Now
no,
I understand it.
wrap the thermal around and around and around it.
He does. Now I'm thinking about it. He puts like a big rubber band.
Yeah, I got a rubber band. Yeah.
I don't think that matters, but
Whatever.
Well, no, it doesn't have to. You don't have to wrap the thermal around the thermal to keep it warm.
Right.
Stop it.
Yeah.
what do you know?
Plus, when you wrap it up, you don't see the big gay ice cream thing either.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Don't worry about it.
the point I'm making, because this is funny. So I say to Ronnie yesterday, look, I'm not going to eat my egg sandwich because I got to go to this business lunch.
Oh, boy, well, you started with that.
What?
No, what went on out in the hall.
That's what I'm going to tell you. That's what I'm going to tell everyone. So I said to Ronnie, why don't you Like, you know, at the wedding when the bride throws the flowers from, you know, like she puts her back to the single ladies.
Yeah.
So I said, if anybody wants my egg sandwich, why don't you just throw my sandwich up in the air behind your back? And Benji wanted that sandwich, and then someone else wanted the sandwich too who works here.
Yeah, one of the guys on Tape's team.
Yeah, and they're two big boys.
Another heavyweight.
Yeah, another heavyweight. They wanted my sandwich. So Ronnie does it. Shuley tapes it. Benji and this guy go at it. They fucking get into a full wrestling match in the hall.
Oh, JD was in on it too.
Yeah, I saw.
JD tried to get the
Yeah,
sandwich
free food.
Yeah, but JD ran away. He was not
He
going to.
ran, yeah.
when he saw what was going on.
Yeah,
Well, as soon as it flew in the air, Benji tackled this guy before it even hit the ground.
they were like sumo wrestlers. And Benji, when he wrestles, his whole belly, his shirt pulls up and his belly's out.
One guy had his ass out.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
it was a mess.
these guys were fighting like it was Game of Thrones. and so here's the audio, but you really should go on howardstern.com right now and watch this video. You'll have a good laugh. It's Benji and this other dude and JD fighting over my sandwich. I'll play you the audio. It's not as good as the actual video.
Hold on, Ronnie.
He's going to try to throw it to JD.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. It was like mass murder out there.
Benji got the sandwich and called it one of the best and most memorable raps I've ever had.
Oh yeah, because he said to me, he said this was really, really good. There was no oil on it.
Yeah.
It was
It's very elegant.
It was perfect.
It's
He kept
like
saying it was
Yeah, but
perfect.
I heard Benji put salt on it. Like I don't.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's such that's why he's fat.
There's
ruins
no
it.
oil. It's very tasty. No cheese.
And Benji was like the Khaleesi. He had a nip slip during the video. You'll see his whole belly and titties are out.
Big pepperoni nip.
Benji fighting for that sandwich. He ate it though.
Yeah, oh yeah, he loved it. He didn't shut up about it.
It's like an Apple product. It's very elegantly designed and cut.
He was saying the vegetables were so perfect and it tasted so perfect.
It was hot.
You know what was weird? The whole building shook. I thought there was an earthquake.
Yeah, because I was shocked that you actually asked what was going on outside.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
I heard it.
I heard it, and the building was
shook.
shaking, and I said, "Oh my God, New York's having an earthquake."
And this place is this room is soundproof. So
Yeah, it was Benji falling
crazy.
down and wrestling for that sandwich. If only Benji would fight for his job that hard,
Yeah, really.
you know, and this show. But the sandwich boy, that boy's a big boy. What's he weighing? Jesus, what's he weigh? You think?
Scott said what he weighed 240 yesterday.
Yeah.
He's got to be
Benji's-
280.
Benji's got to be close
I was
to
going to say
300.
270, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Well, he's on the shorter side, so he may not crack 300.
But he looks like a beach ball. Remember that comic book? There was a guy called. He was completely round, and his superpower was bouncing. It was like he was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what comic? That was a Marvel comic. He was Bouncing Boy. Benji's shaped like that, like a beach ball. Yeah.
It's funny, like he's been here 20 years and he's always said he's going to lose weight.
Yeah.
20 years.
But he does lose weight.
Yeah,
but
if I
that's
offer
true.
money, if I offer a money prize.
Right.
But that's the worst part of it because he gains all his weight and then he loses it and he gains it and he loses it. It's not good for you.
And he's got stretch marks too, which is really great on a guy.
It's not good for your heart.
Yeah. You can't use that excuse you had a baby, you know.
Well, you could ask, though.
Right.
Did you have a baby?
Did you give birth?
By the way, you're right. It's Bouncing Boy. He was a DC comic.
Yeah. He was DC. Yeah.
DC.
Bouncing Boy. It wasn't a very good superhero.
He was a member of the Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah. And he used to he would just start bouncing all over the place. And I don't even understand how he defeated anyone. If I had to fight Bouncing Boy, I'd just shoot him.
I guess he
Or
was.
stick a pin in it.
I guess he
Right.
was invulnerable and could bounce at high velocity.
Oh, he was invulnerable? I didn't know that. Yeah. We should paint Benji as a snowman for the Christmas party.
Let him stand outside the front door.
Did Benji eat a second lunch after that? Or
That's a good question.
I bet you he did. I bet you when he got home he had another
Yeah, that
lunch.
was just an appetizer.
Right.
See, there's some
That wasn't enough food.
It's a very small sandwich and a very large belly.
It was good, but it was like an appetizer. Those eggs and no
butter. There's no oil, and it was perfectly hot.
And it was cooked perfectly.
No
cheese, no bacon.
No cheese on there.
If it had cheese, it'd be gross.
Gross. Poor cheese.
What's
Hey, man,
grosser than
what do you
me?
weigh now?
Uh-oh.
Here
I
he is.
go. I'm gonna make a liar out of everybody. Here I go.
By the way, that video of you wrestling over the, trying to get that's a pretty fucking funny video.
I agree, but I thought I looked a little manly.
Manly. Dude, you look like Bouncing
I was
Boy.
watching it a couple times last night.
Yeah, your titties were out, your belly. I mean, you're a fighter. You're a grappler. There's no doubt about it. You won that egg sandwich. You know, you defeated the other two dudes.
Yeah.
But
Well, JD ran away.
Did you be honest with me and no lying?
Okay.
Did you go home and eat a second lunch?
I did.
I knew it.
But I was having horrible headaches yesterday.
Right.
And I used food to try to like soothe myself, make myself pass out.
Yeah, I
yesterday.
do that too.
Let's see, Advil or pizza?
No, I did both.
Take something that would make you
what should
pass
I do?
out, or you could eat a lot of food.
They're both in the shape of a pill.
Leave or meatball hero? Ooh, what do I do? Meatball.
But the guy who makes your sandwich,
Yeah. He does a good job.
Who is that guy?
it's.
Same guy makes it every day.
I usually think food is food.
Right.
This is well crafted. I've never had a sandwich.
Well crafted.
No, it really is.
It's just egg.
It's an egg wrap.
It's just egg with wrap.
I've had plenty of wraps, and I'm normally not like, oh, this is so much better. The guy, it's perfect.
So why don't you get one? Why don't you get an egg wrap? It's not a lot of calories.
I do. It is fun fighting for it. If we did,
Yeah, but you're not.
Every day you
He doesn't
want
go to.
Howard
He doesn't go to
every
lunch
meal.
food
meetings.
at you.
Dude, he doesn't go to lunch meetings every day. So you.
Yeah, no. Today I'm eating my lunch.
No, it was. I don't know every day. But it was like you could tell like whoever makes it is obviously, I guess, making it for you and
Right.
or wants.
No, he
you to-
doesn't know he's making
Or maybe
it
he
for.
doesn't. That would be smarter.
I don't want anyone to know
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
making food for me because I'm always afraid they're going to fuck with it.
Yeah, I would worry about that too.
Remember Benji would, when he sat in here, he would eat buckets of salad and buckets of blueberries. And,
Yeah, he'd bring in family-sized
It was a
portions
trough.
of things.
well, he would bring in like supermarket size, like he'd go to the
the
supermarket.
family size,
Yeah.
like the tub instead of just a bowl.
Yeah, like what a family would buy for a big Thanksgiving salad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They would feed the whole
For
family.
one, it's just easier to buy it that way.
Yeah.
For one
But
thing.
then you
but
eat
you'd
the whole
eat
bag.
the whole thing.
It's a drug. No, it is.
There were donuts up here yesterday. Do you have any donuts?
I did.
No.
Oh,
How many?
Donuts
Did you have any
and
bagels yet today?
eggs.
It's bagel
There
day.
were bagels yesterday?
No, today.
Today.
Oh, I didn't. No, I haven't had them yet.
You'll have
If-
one.
If
Time
I
to
haven't
graze.
started eating yet and I had a good sleep and everything, I can control myself. It's once I start, it's much.
Did you have a
harder.
good sleep?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you did. Good. All right, so
Yeah.
maybe you'll lay off for a while. I remember for a while, like Benji wanted to lose weight, so he started eating garlic cloves to lose weight. And
I
it
did?
stunk up the whole office.
I remember that.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Maybe I just stunk and said I was on a diet.
like he just smelled.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it's only visual, but Julie has to come in and show you a picture of Benji eating the day before yesterday. It's literally like a horse with a feedback strapped on. You have to see it.
Yeah, let me see that. What's he doing? What were you eating?
I don't.
Let me take a
really
look.
don't know what it's about.
What was he eating, Shuli?
It was like a bag of something.
Oh my God, that's what a horse does. It's a feed bag. Dude, you're hopeless. Look at that.
He's eating out of
my
a
big
bag
gay
now?
feedback.
Yeah, he has a big giant bag over his head. Show Robin. She'll love it. Put that on the web.
Can I see?
Oh my goodness! His head is in the bag.
That's my yeah.
Everybody around here is so weird with their diet. Everyone's fat, but like Ronnie was telling me in the car that Gary went back and forth to the donuts yesterday. Like what he'll do is he'll cut a piece off the same donut. Like just take the fucking donut.
Yeah, take what you want and then throw it out if you don't
It's
want.
so gross. Like he'll cut off a piece.
And
Right.
he leaves it there.
Then he leaves it, and then 5 minutes later you see him go back,
Right.
and then he goes back again, and then he'll take a bite sometimes and then throw the rest into the garbage.
That's what I mean. Like, dude, we don't. It's just
You want the
unsanitary.
donut? Take it.
Gary, why can't you just take a donut, eat as much as you want? Like, why do we all have to be part of your drama?
Well, first of all, I cut it with a knife. I don't put my fingers on it.
Yeah, I understand that,
No,
but
I literally cut it with a knife. But listen, Ronnie,
you know you're gonna eat it.
not when I take the first half. That's all I'm going to eat in my head.
And then what happens?
Then I go, that was good. I'm going to go back in the other half.
It's the same thing with his egg bagel, too, today.
What'd he do?
Like, he'll take half of it and butter it
Yeah.
and leave the other half there.
Right.
And
You
then
think he's-
takes it in his office.
Right. And then those
eats
big
it,
teeth get to work
and then
on
he
it.
goes back again and he butters the other half.
Right.
That's not what happened. I took both halves today, but I only buttered one half, but I took them both with me.
Yeah, but that was today.
Yeah, no,
Normally you take half.
Well, since you've outed me, I've changed my habits.
Okay.
I love that you're watching them. Good.
He does it with candy too. Like if you leave a dish of candy out, he'll peck a little bit, just a little piece. But then
It's
he
called
keeps going
grazing.
back.
I used to love when the news department had their office back here.
Yeah.
And they always had chocolate there.
Uh-oh.
And there was no chocolate around.
That's his kryptonite.
You would see him run through the door.
Right.
And come back with like a little handful and he's like hiding
Sack.
it so nobody would see it.
No, they used to
Because Gary runs like 100 miles a day and he's still fat.
No, exactly.
Well, I think that's part of it too. He's getting a little exercise between the donut pieces when he walks back and forth.
Right.
They used to hide the chocolate from him. If they saw him coming, like they put it in their desk
Oh,
drawer.
no, Gary's
Lock it up.
Yes, Marianne, go ahead.
I wish Benji would have choked on that fucking sandwich. What a Benji. You had to get the sandwich, Howard? Come on.
What's with you and Benji?
Fucking studio.
What did you do to her? Did you Harvey Weinstein her or something?
No,
I wouldn't go near him.
I think he insulted her.
He's a pig.
What did you do?
No,
Actually, baby, you know what you did. You insulted a lot of people and hurt them. You don't belong in that studio because guess what? Everybody else respects Howard but you. You do not belong in there, Benji.
You know, sometimes
It's like being yelled at by a witch.
like her passion.
Yeah.
Sometimes it seems like,
You,
wow, it's great to be so passionate.
You disrespected Howard. You said
Right,
fuck
she's
you to
mad.
Howard, and you're
You
in the
said fuck you.
studio.
That's right.
No, it goes way.
You should crawl, Benji, you should crawl in and thank Howard every day that you got that job. You work 3 days a week, and
I want to ask Marianne.
It's like getting yelled at by your mom.
Go to a meeting.
We actually had this really touching moment together once.
Everybody else
Wait, Marianne, Benji's saying you once had a touching moment with him. What is
Together.
that? What was that?
It was during
I have no idea.
Vinny's
Maybe I'll call my lawyer. Did he touch me? I don't know. Did I have a touching
No,
moment
just
with
listen
him?
for 1 second.
It was during Vinny Favali's play
Right.
about death.
Yeah.
And it was Marianne's husband,
Right.
and then Marianne, and then me sitting beside
And
Marianne.
what was, and you all looked at each other or
No,
something?
Marianne and I were looking at each other and just crying.
Oh.
It was about that. We were
Do you
crying.
remember anything like
we
that?
were consoling each
Yeah,
other.
we were at the play, but I wasn't crying over you. I was crying
not
at
over
Vinny
me at the play. At the play. You weren't crying that you were sitting next to me.
You misread the whole fucking situation.
No.
Delusional, Benji, just the way you are with your career and everything else. I'm living in the real lane, baby. I'm not delusional. You are.
All right, we were crying, and it was funny.
Was the play that bad that you had to cry?
No, it was actually, it was great. It was emotional. And her husband was like looking at us like, what the fuck are we doing?
So he wanted to kill me. Benji, you don't know what to do to get in that
In other words,
studio.
Benji, in other words, Marianne, it was all in Benji's head. You weren't crying with him.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank
Never.
you. All right, yes, Michelle, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, hey, I wanted to talk about Big A ice cream.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Is this a big official Big Gay Ice Cream representative?
No, I live in the Village, that's why, and it's actually so popular. It's one of the most popular places in the Village. It's become almost like a tourist attraction. The line is out the door around the corner. They have a bouncer outside in the summer. It's crazy.
So people like that it's big gay ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a thing to go there, and they have really funny names for the
Are you a
ice
lesbian?
creams, like, no, I'm not.
Do people ever try to explain that they're not gay when they go in there?
No, not at all. It's not a big deal if it's in the Village if somebody's gay or not gay. And
Right, you
it's,
can get-
it's a half a block off of Christopher Street anyway, so.
All right, I got it. All right, thank you. Well, okay, it's working for them. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, big
Smart.
gay ice cream.
And it had nothing to do with why I taped it up.
All right, where was I? Oh, yeah. So the point of all this was Sour Shoes is impossible to manage. That's number one. We learned that. We saw it. Number two, Ronnie brings my egg sandwich in a bag that says Big Gay Ice Cream, but he covered it up with electrical tape so no one would get beaten up. That's the best.
That was so smart of Ron. That was like
That's
really.
right. All right.
Yeah.
We already credited Ronnie with that. And then Robin got into an argument with him, but she wasn't really arguing with him.
No, I wasn't.
Right. Well, it doesn't matter. When you we learned that when you open your mouth, Ronnie goes ballistic.
She's got a lot of fancy ideas.
Because you have a knife in your throat.
I have a knife in my voice.
Right.
And it was smart of Ronnie to wrap it. That makes it more thermal protection.
We learned that Benji beat up like other guys to get my lunch in a manly contest.
And he'd like to do it every day.
And he would like to have a contest every day. You can see it on howardstern.com. It is a very funny tape. I laughed at it.
2 elephants.
Yes. Yeah, we learned that Benji looks like Bouncing Boy, which was a comic book character in DC Comics that was invulnerable and could bounce because he was so fat.
Will said I had pepperoni nipples. I'm known for having, if you remember KC said
All
I
right,
had
he was
perfect
making a
nipples.
joke, and don't veer off. I'm summing up, as you can see. We learned that there's some sort of the transgender ice cream store.
Big Gay Ice Cream.
Big Gay Ice Cream. Why don't we start a transgender?
Or totally hetero ice cream.
You know, I was watching Walking Dead, and I love that show. But, like, why are there no...
What do you think of this season?
I don't know. It's dragging out a little bit.
They're bouncing back and forth.
Look, sometimes wars are long.
Yeah. But I know what Ronnie's hinting
dragging.
at. It's dragging a bit, but I still love it, so I'm not going to criticize it. Like, it can't always be fantastic, but it's just a great story. And I was just thinking, though, like, why are there no transgender characters? Like, you mean the apocalypse happens?
Well, they have gay characters.
Yeah.
And there's some butch people, some butch women.
Right. What, did all the transgender disappear?
But no effeminate men, I don't think.
Do you have any transgender in your personal life right now?
Not in my personal, but like from work, we had Siobhan.
Right, but I mean, I'm saying you've gone through years without having anyone in your sphere that's transgender.
That's true,
or that you knew of.
But wouldn't there be somebody in that village that maybe not with Negan, but with the other people?
Yeah, there's so many different communities now.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe something happened to them. Maybe that'll be another episode.
That'd be good, like if a transgender guy was there. You're just kind of hanging
maybe
out.
Maybe even a transgender zombie.
I'd watch that. What if Caitlyn Jenner dies and becomes a zombie and is then on The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Somebody gets
because
that done.
Sometimes they have to take drugs to maintain their hormones, so they might have to start transitioning back.
Wouldn't it be cool if one of the zombies suddenly got some weird mutation and he was able to talk almost like Planet of the Apes? And he starts leading the zombies in some intelligent way.
Well, there have been movies where the zombies have a leader and they start to organize.
Game of Thrones is kind of has.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, I thought I invented
Sorry about that.
Yeah, right. All right. Anyway, it's been done. See, Robin right away kills my dream. All right.
You could do it too. It doesn't mean you can't have a new.
I told you, man. She's got a knife in her throat.
Oh, here we go.
Ruined my idea.
There it is.
Yeah.
Proof positive.
You just got to be victim of it, just like me.
Right. Yeah. And you didn't even realize it.
You got
now.
wounded.
She just has it out for anyone.
First cut's always the deepest.
Exactly.
All right.
You know what's a cool show though? The Punisher.
Yeah, I watched
excellent.
all of that.
That is cool.
That was really good. Could have been a little more killing.
Stranger Things is the
Good.
second season is awesome.
I didn't get to that yet. So don't ruin it.
Mindhunter is killer. That's awesome.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
That's awesome. Mindhunter. I should have been an FBI profiler.
But you know what I am watching, and I wondered if you would like it. There is Robert Kirkman is one of the creators or producers of The Walking Dead, and he's now doing the secret history of comic books.
No, I don't want that.
Oh my God,
No.
it's so good. Did you know that Wonder Woman was created by a man
Yeah.
who lived with his wife and his girlfriend?
I didn't know that, and I don't need to know that.
Oh, but it was
Fuck.
great.
I didn't want to know that.
He was a professor. He had something to do with the invention of the lie detector.
Believe me, as far as I'm concerned, they could get rid of Wonder Woman.
Oh,
I can't-
you and Wonder Woman.
She's so emasculating. Beating up dudes.
But that was his idea. He thought that if women ruled the world, men would be more humanized and not so violent.
Wait, there was something I was going to tell you, though. Did you know Stan Lee was born with 3 testicles?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that's a joke. There was something I was going to tell you about TV, though. Mindhunter is really good on Netflix. And no, I'm not paid by Netflix. Just like the show. Then they got Manhunter Unabomber, which is really good. They got that on there.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it.
Yeah.
It looks good.
But there was something else I was going to tell you. All right. It went out of my head. All right. I got to take a break anyway, Benji.
All right,
Yeah, Benji.
Yeah.
You
Congratulations.
don't want to know the history of the comic. Do you realize
No.
that Superman was
I don't
the
care.
first superhero ever?
What do you mean the first superhero?
She was. The Superman was one of the first comic book heroes.
But superhero. Every other comic book like Flash Gordon, those guys didn't have superpowers.
Right. Okay.
Superman was the first.
Oh, you mean
one.
non-human?
Yeah, gee, I'll go watch that right away.
Oh,
You really sell 'em, Mr. Robin.
You guys,
Wow.
You sit there reading comic books all the time. You don't know you don't want to know where they came from.
No.
What these guys went through. The
No.
guys who created Superman lost Superman for like $130.
Yeah, they're all like Scott the Engineer. Stan Lee's like, what the fuck happened? They put me in the movie for 3 seconds. I should have owned all these characters.
I gave you that book once. Is that
All right, I got to get out of here. All right, thank you.
history of
Benji,
comic?
congratulations on being part of the show and getting in here. Thank you, Ronnie, for the big gay ice cream bag story. We'll go work with Sour Shoes, see if you can get him in line. And we'll be back right after. Robin, did you know Batman was born a co-joined twin? The guy who invented it? All right, we'll come right back after these words.
The angriest 911 call ever.
My son is disrespectful. He stole my car Sunday. I need an officer out here before I be committing to 187 because I'm about to kill him